What's going on, guys? It's Tony from Lomo Paintball, and today we are talking the DYE Box Rotor.
And why? Just the best source for everything paintball related!
That would be lomopaintball.com. So, DYE Box Rotor. Yep, they've been out for years now, and then they went away for a long time. They're back, finally back in stock. Obviously, the technology and the time it takes to make these molds and get everything, the chips and the boards, just things happen. So they're back in stock, ready to go. Retail price $399.95. I got the die dam. We're gonna move this sucker right off to the side, and
hold it up for the camera so we can see what a die dam is. Maybe
the die
don't
dam?
even know.
Yeah, this is the. I think there's only 2 markers that the box rotor can go on, and this is the main one that it's made for. The other one we'll talk about later. You're gonna have to do some mods to it to get it to work, but this is the marker that the box rotor works on straight out of the box. So I'll set that off to the side. Here we go. DYE Box Rotor. Let's take a look, kind of go over some specs. I already talked about the price point, $399.95. This is the biggest electronic hopper on the market, 325 ball capacity. Maybe you can squeeze a little bit more in there if you wanted to. So this is what the Epic Box Rotor looks like. It is ambidextrous. So if you are right hand or left hand, it doesn't matter. You can feed it from one side or the other. Both of these lids will pop up. 325 capacity, like I said. It does come with your charging cable on the inside. So yes, the box rotor is a lithium-ion battery operated system. So you have your port and then your actual charging cable as well for the USB. And you'll see it on the inside in just a moment. So what's we got? We got a warranty in here. You get your warranty card, so get that filled out for obviously any issues if you have any down the road. And then you have your full manual that's going to show you how to sync it to the die dam, how to take everything apart on the inside. So take a look at that bad boy. It's got a full schematic on any maintenance or troubleshooting that you guys will have. So let's dive into it. Let's pop this tray off and I'll show you how to do that. Push the lids down. So first off here, you're going to have your power button on the one side, and then to actually access the inside of this tray, you will be looking on this side. So we're going to press this button here, and your whole tray, this is the whole motor, the whole drive shaft, everything in here. So this is going to come out, and then you have your empty shell. So set that off to the side. This is what we're going to be focusing on here. If you guys notice, take a look. What does that drive shaft look like there?
That looks like a rotor.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is, Mark. So there's 2 buttons, one on this side and then one on the other side as well. You're going to press those in.
Wait, is that why it's called a box rotor?
How did you know?
Oh, I'm clever.
So we're pressing both of those buttons in, the one down below here and then the one on the other side. And then this will lift right on up. You'll have access to your motor and then the inside of the cone. So this is what it looks like on the inside. This is why you would need these 2 important pieces. This is your lithium-ion battery. If it is completely dead straight out of the box, normally anywhere from 8 to 9 hours for a full charge. So you're going to plug that sucker on in. There's plenty of different options with this. My favorite part about this motor is that it actually syncs with the die dam. So every time the trigger is pulled on the dam, this motor will spin, and we're going to go over that here in just a second. So lithium-ion battery pack here, charging cable and all that good stuff. And then you have the actual inside, the internal components. Like Mark said, pretty much just like your DYE LTR or your DYE rotor.
So the die dam that I bought like 2 years ago will work with this box rotor?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. So this is bare bones shell. Obviously, like you said, all these components that are in here are pretty much the DYE LTR or the DYE rotor. So we're going to put this bad boy back together. And then we will kind of go over some things that Mark, might want to know about this bad boy. You know what? Before I put it back together, do you want to do this syncing process now to the dam?
Sure. So I get it out of the box. Obviously, they've never talked to each other before.
Yep.
So I have to take it all apart to get that little unit out.
Everything completely toolless. Obviously, you saw I could have this thing apart in less than 5 seconds if I wasn't showing you guys how to do it. But this is your box and the motor, gearbox. You will notice you got your power button here, yellow. So you got your power button, and then right here next to that yellow power button is going to be the red sync button, which you're going to need to sync it to your die dam. So we'll just turn that off for now. Let's pull up the dam here. I'm doing this all upside down, so let me give Mark a little bit of room to get the camera in here. So pretty much what we're going to do here, you got your die dam, you've got a power button, and you've got your fire select button literally right next door to that. So both of these have to be turned on. So I'm going to press the power button on the die dam. I'm going to press the power button now on my box rotor motor. And then what I'm going to do, the power button and the fire select button here, press those. And then I'm going to press the red button. And we're going to sync this motor to the gun.
So you saw, guys, when you press the power and the other button on the die dam, it blinked for a few seconds. That's how you know it's in syncing mode.
Correct. And as soon as you see those blink, that is when you're going to hit the red button on the actual motor, which is your sync button. And then, hold on. You think you can hear that, Mark?
Yeah.
Every time I press the trigger on the die dam, this motor will spin. So they're saying that's how you do it. Simple as that. Little technology involved, but I think it's a very nice component for them, so you're never missing a beat, never missing a shot out there. These things shoot absolutely amazing. Well, Mark, since I've got this out already, cat's coming out of the bag. I told you guys it would happen, so here goes. You guys can actually modify your box rotor to go onto an EMF Planet Eclipse, the 100 model. So EMF 100 by PE, you guys can actually modify this. What you're going to need to do is either have a original motor from a rotor or an LTR. So what you're going to do is you're going to actually be swapping out motors. So this would be replaced by your LTR or your original rotor motor. And this can go right on inside of the box. And then for the EMF 100, I wish I had one in here. There's a magwell release button on that. It's got to be dremeled down just a little bit. So when the box rotor actually clips onto that EMF 100, it fits correctly and you guys can get it on and off. So stock out of the box, the EMF 100, that magwell release button is a little bit too long, so it won't work. That's going to have to be dremeled down. Like I said, you're going to need that LTR or original rotor motor. And then you've got your tension control screw. Last part in this, you would pull that. There's a silver pin and there's a spring on there. You're going to have to pull that out and then just swap it with that other rotor or LTR motor. So three things need to happen. This silver set screw needs to get pulled out and swap it with the other one looking the same exact in the other motor. And then obviously you need to Dremel that magwell release on the EMF 100. And then pretty much you're ready to rock.
So if you guys want to see a full video on how to do that, we need to hit 500 likes and we need at least 20 people to comment in the video saying, let's see it, let's see it, let's see it.
Let's see it, yeah. There's other videos out there, but we will make our own. So I'm going to get this put back in here, Mark. Is there anything else you would like to know about the box rotor?
Not offhand. The only thing we did discuss briefly is when that thing's full of 300 plus rounds of paint, guys, it gets heavy. So you're probably going to want some kind of a shoulder sling to help hold the weight of the marker with the paint when you're out playing. So unless you got arms like Popeye.
Would agree. Because then you got the tank, or unless you're running a remote line, but normally tank, the paint, obviously the box rotor. I mean, this thing holds 325 rounds. It's heavy. It's got its own entire system on the inside as well. So yeah, it can definitely get heavy if you guys are going to be playing a scenario game, which actually I didn't mention. For the battery life though, we had a couple guys over at DYE that have used these many times. I wanted to know, on a full battery charge, how many shots am I going to get? A couple guys over there said they played 2 full days of a scenario game and didn't have to charge this lithium ion battery one time. So I don't know exactly how many cases of paint they shot, but it lasted them 2 full scenario days and no one had to charge anything. So
nice.
You're in good hands. Like I said, I don't know the exact number of cases of paint that were shot, but you can play a full weekend without having to charge the battery pretty much. I mean, unless you're shooting 30 cases, I don't know, but that's that. Mark, enough of me talking. Let's take this bad boy outside and shoot it.
Oh, I didn't think that was going to happen. Yay!
It's going to happen. I'll see you guys out there. Alrighty, guys, as promised, outside with the die dam, with the DYE Box Rotor. This bad boy can feed up to 15 plus balls per second. We got the dam on full auto, so let's see it rip.
Woo, let's go.
Box Rotor for the win, my man. This thing has no problem keeping up. Extremely consistent. Pick them up at your best source. And you guys already know, it's LomoPaintball.com.
You don't want to be on the business end of that bad boy.
No, sir. No, you don't. See you next time.